Here we are back again on Hoot and Half. I'm your host, Matt King, and this is my co-host,
Mike Sheffer.
And welcome to the episode. First off, I want to say thank you so much for always watching and listening to this podcast. It really means a lot. And if you've been sticking with us for so long, please leave a review. We love reading them, and it really helps us out a lot. And also subscribe as well if you only have been listening to this podcast audio. There's a video version as well. So go check it out. Go binge all the episodes that you haven't seen or may have seen, but you haven't seen the video version of as well. Share it with your friends. Let's just keep the whole Hoot and a Half fam going.
As they say in the YouTube community, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, pretty much. And today it's a fun day because this episode is just us.
Just like the Bill Withers song. Just the two of us.
That's Bill Withers?
Yeah.
I always loved the Bill Withers song, Lovely Day. Like, it's a lovely day. Like, I like trying to hold it as long as he can hold it.
Yeah, he's got a good long range. Omri, he, growing up, thought that song was called Dominic. Because when you hear him say, lovely day, it sounds like
Dominic. Dominic. Whoa.
There's a lot of those, like, audio hallucinations.
I always love that one song that's like, I forget who sings it. That thing.
Matt
King. Yeah, and I always go...
It's Lauryn Hill.
Oh, yeah. Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Matt King. And I also love that one song by Drake where it's like, headlines. Where he's like, bad things. Got a lot of bad things, and they wish, and they wish, and they wish. I was like, Matt King's got a lot of Matt Kings, and they wish, and they wish.
We were going to use that song when you were going to start your YouTube channel.
I know, but then we felt like it was going to be
copyrighted.
They would have come for me, and it wouldn't be worth that.
Would have got arrested. It would have been... Have you ever been arrested?
No, I've been close. Very close to being put in the handcuffs.
Because you narrowly escaped, or you just talked your way out of it?
Wrong place, wrong time, talked my way out of it.
Mostly so you confronted the police. You didn't, escape?
No, I confronted.
Okay.
Or I was like, one time I was caught in a car with people that were smoking weed. But we didn't have the weed on us. We had threw out the blunt.
Okay.
But there was a pipe. But we
paraphernalia.
Did some paraphernalia, and we got caught with that. But I don't know. One of my friends' dad was a lawyer, and he was like, "Oh, this is unacceptable. I want my dad coming right now." And the guy's like, the cops freaked out. Then they let us go.
And in Texas, they're pretty serious about marijuana laws, right?
Yes. I don't know if it's gotten more lax,
but they treat it really. It's like serious stuff. If even weed over there, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's the devil's lettuce.
What kind of car? Nissan Altima?
Oh, I think we're in a Mustang.
Don't you feel like Nissan Altima?
The Nissan Altima was my first car, though.
Really?
Yeah, a Nissan Altima.
You got a used Altima for your
used
first car.
Altima.
Yes.
The most untinted windows ever. It was clear as day in it, and it was cloth. It was a total mom mobile.
Yeah,
but I love that car.
Anytime I'm driving around and I see a Nissan Altima, I just imagine that there's 4 high school kids passing a blunt around. Doesn't it just look like the...
Yeah.
Like, that's the car that, everyone who was... I mean, not to stereotype the Nissan Altima crowd, but, more than once, I've been driving and, you smell weed from a car driving next to you, and you look around and it's a Nissan Altima.
That or a Scion XB. Have you ever gotten into a Uber or a Lyft that was a car from your childhood?
No, that's an interesting...
It's crazy. It's one of the most nostalgic experiences. I got in
a minivan?
A 2004 Honda Pilot one time, which was my mom's car when I was a kid. Dude, the memories just kicked right back in. I was so giddy. I felt like I was going to get dropped off to school. You know? What'd your parents drive when...
my mom always just had a minivan because there was 4 little
sliding
kids.
doors, automatic?
Yeah. Never automatic. Automatic was anytime we got into someone whose car was automatic, you try and...
Oh, yeah. And you're like, stop. Hold on. But
and then they fiddle for the button. Just one sec. Yeah.
Biggest flex I had was that my parents' first minivan had the automatic doors.
But they were really slow.
They were.
From what I remember. It's
but it was such a dramatic entrance. When you would pull up to school, get dropped off, everyone's just slinging their vans open. You had a
So you thought it was a benefit, a bonus to have this dramatic entrance. Okay.
It was the Tesla door back then.
Interesting. Well, it was just you and Kevin.
You mean Kevin?
When there's
that's
4 kids trying to get out of the car.
Well, we would carpool the
But
kids
then
in
it's
our
like,
neighborhood.
You want to just slam the door open, get out, and then slam it back and get on the road. But I guess, yeah, we never had that.
What do you do? Pulling off a bank heist, Mike?
Essentially, when you're trying to get out and go play soccer, go to the skate park, you want to just get out.
Yeah.
Waiting for a...
But when it's 2003, that was pretty sick.
You were telling me before you're not a fan of man on the street interviews.
Oh, let's just hop to this. Yeah, Mike and I were just talking, and I was just looking on TikTok. I don't like, people on the street or those guys on TikTok who ask like basic trivia questions to people.
Like what's the capital of Canada?
Yeah, or what? It's like a simple math equation or something, and it makes the person look like an idiot. But it makes you think.
Yep.
All of these people out in the world are idiots.
Yes, like who is the vice president, and people just can't name it.
Yeah, and the people go nuts in the comments. They're like, everyone's an idiot these days, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it's just because there's like one idiot out of 100 people.
Yes.
And that guy waits for those people.
Yeah, for every one interview you see, they've interviewed 100 people that gave normal, not funny answers. You only see the funniest
And when you
ones.
see those people, when you see those videos, you're like, oh, if only they asked me. But even if they did ask you, they wouldn't have put it.
Billy on the Street, I think, is a really good example of.
He's the only one who's really good at it.
But he'll go up to a girl and or a person, and he'll say, "Name a woman."
Yeah.
Name a woman, any woman, name, and they can't do it because like.
Or he'll be like, ma'am, what do you think? Do you like Patty LaPone or Patty Mayonnaise? Yeah.
Miss, for $1, did Jennifer Lopez deserve to win the Oscar for her role in Geely?
Yeah.
Wrong. And you just, it doesn't matter what the answer is, but the fact that there's a camera in front of you, there's someone screaming, pointing a mic in your face, you're just trying to get back to the office, you have your Subway sandwich, you're not going to get the answer. So I don't know how I feel about it either.
But you lived in New York for a long time. Did you ever
I used to see him.
But you never got stopped?
No. Because I think that he has a pretty good eye for tourists and people that like look like they're going to be funny
Does
answers.
he stay in like a certain area in New York to get like certain types of people? Like some people are like stupidly quick or too willing to be on camera. They don't look like aggressive tourists.
So he's normally on 23rd between Park and Madison. That's where he normally films, near the Flatiron Building.
Oh, okay.
Where
Peter Parker worked.
The old
Didn't Peter Parker work at the top of the Flatiron
for the Global Gazette? What's the name of the?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Do you think that you would do well on a man on the street interview?
Like trivia.
Who's the vice president of the United States
right now? Yeah. Kamala Harris.
What's 2 + 4?
6. I had to kind of run it back.
Name a woman.
Barbara Streisand.
Name another woman.
Meg Ryan.
For $1. What is...
Hit me.
Who wore the best dress in the Oscars in 2004?
Oh, 2004. That would have been for... Hilary Swank. She won Best Actress for $1 Million Baby.
Okay, so you would do good for... But then you wouldn't make the cut. You wouldn't be on the TikTok. You wouldn't be on the viral thing because you would have answered the question.
I'm too quick.
Yeah.
Too quick on my feet.
You could host one of those probably.
You think so? I mean, I've done like with Chris Clemens, those kind of word on the street things, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe. How are you feeling, Mike? How's your day been?
I'm doing great. I'm going to Miami for a wedding.
Fun. That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for me going to a weekend wedding?
I think a lot of times if you're going to a wedding and there's a whole bunch of people that you don't know, make friends with people. Mm-hmm. I that's how I became friends with them.
Yeah.
Even at Jared's wedding, I didn't know them, but I'm always going around chatting it up with people.
And travel-wise, any like packing tips? Any travel?
Don't stress about your suit that much.
Yeah, I agree.
I really don't. Just make sure you have the good socks and the belt. Don't forget those. Those are the 2 things people always forget.
The
socks
belt and
belts.
socks, yeah.
And are you doing a clip-on tie or are you going to tie the bow tie?
Well, I don't know how. I need to watch a video on YouTube. It's really difficult.
Dude, tying a bow tie is one of the worst things ever.
Have you done it?
Yes. But even when you tie a real bow tie, it doesn't look that good.
No, that's the whole point, though. It's like it's never perfect. It can never be perfect when you tie it yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of part of the charm.
But then the worst is when you're out there dancing and it comes undone and you're already drunk at the wedding.
But that's when you just do the George Clooney look where it's just pulling down the collar.
But
you think George Clooney's good at weddings?
George Clooney, is he good at weddings? This is the question you're asking me right now. I would assume so, Mike.
Do you think he's not just like sitting in a corner brooding, like, I don't want to talk to these people?
I bet he's pretty selective about which weddings he goes to. I bet he's very like, well, who do I know there?
If you saw him at a wedding, would you go up to him?
Probably.
Well,
it depends. I would have to catch him like at the bar.
Or would you start chatting up his wife, Huma Abedin, and be like, "Oh,
no,
big fan of your work."
Or I would say something like just funny. I'd be like, "Hey, are you gonna finish that salad?" Like something just really like that he obviously could tell it was a joke.
Yeah.
That only I
okay.
would ask him.
Okay.
Would you go up to George Clooney?
If I had something funny to say, I don't know that it would be. I don't have something prepared. I think it would like need to be contextualized. Like make a comment on something he's done or something in the area.
Hey, where's our per diem?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be so crazy. Like by the time you have to do plan your wedding date, like it's a battle. You're competing with other couples on that date.
Especially if you're doing like a summer wedding, yeah, May, June, July.
Yeah.
Wedding planning is like I don't want to. I just want to remove myself from the whole equation.
Oh, all of it? You won't like care? I don't know. I think I would enjoy it.
What, you want to be picking flowers and
A little bit.
I want to work on the
But I
seating
know-
arrangements.
But I don't know. I think if Patricia and I get married, we would be a good team because we have very similar tastes.
To plan the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Patricia always kind of likes my opinion. She goes, "You have really good intuition."
Yes.
Like I'm a type of person where I'm like, these, the bouquets are too high. You can't see the person across from you at the table, kind of a thing. She'd be like, she goes, "You're so right." That kind of stuff.
Would you want to plan the tables, like who's sitting with who?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to
Give
play
me
a
all
little
of
power
that.
game there?
I'm very into that because I like I like thinking I'm a matchmaker. I've never have actually successfully matched a couple up together, but I like matching friends up.
Oh,
like
you
going,
would wanna-
you two work. You guys would get along. You
Okay.
guys know this thing, or you guys are from the same area.
But then you have to pick who's at your table and exclude certain people too, because there's only
Oh yeah.
I remember there was a big thing at the bar mitzvahs is who sits at the table when you're at the bar mitzvah. So I already got a little taste of this.
Who sat next to you at your bar mitzvah?
Just family only. That's the easiest way to
you
get
can't
around
sit next
it.
to your friends.
No, during your bar mitzvah, you have like the family table for the first part, and then you have like a kids table at the bar mitzvah for your friends too. But there's
how much money did you make at your bar mitzvah?
0. My parents took all of it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wait, you have no bar mitzvah fund?
No, they used it to pay for the bar mitzvah and then also like college and whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get like a big payday.
I always feel like that's such a trope in like movies where it's like, I gotta take money out of my bar mitzvah fund.
There are definitely kids who have that, but those are more.
How much do you think it was?
That's a great question. I should ask my parents actually.
$20,000
Probably
you
around
made?
15,000, 20,000.
How much do you think? Okay, for Sam's son, your nephew,
Yeah.
who
Future
doesn't
nephew,
exist.
yeah.
How much money you giving him on his bar mitzvah?
Oh, he's not getting anything.
Mike, you come on. Not like
I don't know. No, I think you give him like 360.
How much did your uncle give you? You think?
I think it's
$1,000?
Usually.
Well, your uncle's like really wealthy though, right?
Yeah, one of them is. Yeah. I feel like everyone's got a wealthy uncle.
I think so. Yeah.
I think a lot of Jews give money in increments of 18 because that's the number of life, which the 2 letters in Hebrew, chai, the 2 letters is like 8 and 1, 18.
So it's either $180 or $1,800.
Or double it, so $36.
Now we're doing math.
$360.
All right, now I'm checking.
But
out.
like 360 is a big number that people give, like a $360 check, $180 check.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's also like, do people give like? I think it's better to give a gift at a bar mitzvah than cash. But cash is always best to get, right?
Yeah. Is someone there at the bar mitzvah whose job it is to like collect all of it? Or they
I
just...
think the parents take it. Yeah, you give it to the parents. I remember my mom had like a big thing of envelopes. Do you want to plan a registry for yourself, or you just want cash only?
Absolutely. Wait, you're talking about at my wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, registry for sure.
Where do you want to get registered? Toys R Us?
Can't you just do Amazon?
You can, but is that where you like? Don't you want to go to like, I don't know, Crate and Barrel?
I'm
or
just
like,
excited about getting like all matching plates and like pots and pans and
Yes.
stuff. It's all that kind of stuff.
getting your own like
that.
set of cutlery, your own cooking utensils. I feel like so many people like prioritize that and think about that as a value for your wedding, but like you can just go and do that yourself.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you could just spend $1,000, really save up, and just get everything you want.
But I
the
think
toaster you want.
People, but when I pay for like a friend's wedding gift, I get excited looking at the registry, being like, "Oh, I always want to know that I bought them that."
Right. Yes.
You know?
That's a nice thing where you know that you bought them like.
That thing, like, oh, how's that thing
Yeah.
I bought you? Even though I've forgotten basically everything. My friend who had a baby, I know I bought their car seat.
How was Heath's birthday celebration yesterday?
Oh, it was fun. We went to Lazy Dog.
Okay.
I didn't know about it till last minute because I don't know. There's like a new group chat and he thought I was in it, and they made plans for the lunch, and then Heath calls me last minute and is like, "Hey, buddy, Mariah thought you were in the chat.
Oh, wow.
So do you want to
you
come?"
got the
And then I said no, and then Zane and Todd, I was about to get in the shower. I was like still sweaty and everything
You're like,
from working out.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
And then no, they dragged me out there, but I'm so happy I did it. It was great catching up with everyone.
And you got the call from Heath on his birthday. That's a big when the birthday boy calls you. That's
I thought I did something wrong. Like I hadn't wished him a happy birthday fast enough.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Have you experienced someone who's chided you for?
Yeah, Scott did. It was Scott's birthday on April 1st, April Fool's Day, and I knew I was going to see him at this party I was about to go to.
I have a roast.
What?
Scott was born on April 1st, which makes sense because his life is a joke.
I think he's made that joke many times, Mike. Yes.
Sorry.
Come on, he's the most self-deprecating one.
I know.
That's his
Sorry,
thing.
I just had one. Okay.
And then, but we were over at the Cameo house because it was right across the street from this old chain smokers party, and so we were just like pre-gaming with like Devin, Cody, and Kelsey and stuff. And I knew Scott was going to be there.
Yeah.
But also it was Matt like Doan's birthday too, so I was just with him.
Yeah.
And then Scott texts me, "Happy birthday?" ? And I'm like, you know me, I get so hard on myself when like someone acts like they're mad at me. And I'm like, of course, happy birthday to you. I was waiting to see you in person to wish you happy birthday, get a pic, something.
Yeah. Do you remember checking your Facebook comments or wall posts?
I still do.
Do you know what your number one? Because I remember like I would steadily increase year over year until I peaked with how many.
Oh, it's definitely gone less.
Well, yeah.
Because nobody our age is really on Facebook anymore.
But do you remember what your year peak was of like your most Facebook?
167 comments, maybe.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I think mine was like 107 at my highest.
I kind of unfriend people now when it's their birthday on Facebook. If you're a friend and it's your birthday. And because that's when they show up, right. And I'm like, and I don't want to wish happy birthday because honestly, I haven't seen you in 5 years, and we aren't like friends.
We know each other.
I was like, this is the time where this ends.
So that's the reminder to like unsubscribe.
Yeah, because it's just when that random person comes up, you're like, I really don't need to be friends with this person anymore. The friendship has ended.
Wow.
But I don't do that to good friends.
Yeah, no, I feel like good friends, you know their birthdays without having Facebook.
It's just like cleaning up. I'm drunk now.
That's quite a twist on the birthday notification.
I'm sorry. Have to say it.
We'll be right back after a quick word from today's sponsor, Stamps.com.
You know, Mike, I hate wasting time and I hate wasting money.
Well, as they say, Matt, time is money. And don't waste either time or money with repeated trips to the post office.
And with Stamps.com, you can skip the trip and focus on how to take your small business to the next level.
Stamps.com lets you print official postage right from your computer and saves you money in the process. So you can spend less time at the post office and more time making your customers happy.
That's right. It saves you time, money, and stress. And for more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses.
Stamps.com gives you access to all the post office and UPS shipping services you need right from your computer.
And you get discounts you can't find anywhere else, like up to 40% off USPS rates and 76% off UPS.
So whether you're sending invoices, you have a side hustle Etsy shop, or you're running a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders all day long, Stamps.com will make your life easier.
And all you need is a computer and a standard printer, no special supplies or equipment.
You're up and running in minutes, printing official postage for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send.
Stop overpaying for shipping with Stamps.com.
Sign up with promo code HOOT for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. There's no long-term contracts or commitments.
Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code HOOT.
So go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, use promo code HOOT, and start shipping. Now back to the episode.
Are you allowed someone stomping around in our house? Are you allowed stomper?
No, I'm a plopper though. When I sit down on a couch, if someone's next to me, I come in hot. I fucking plop down real hard, and if someone has a cup, I've been the cause of many liquid accidents from plopping down.
Oh,
when you sit down on a couch, do you?
I don't plop.
You don't plop?
I think I like put my hand down to like rest me.
Do you get in the car butt first or head first?
I've never thought about that.
When you get in the car, imagine
all
you
of
open
it
the
at
door.
the same time.
When you open the door, what
legs
goes in?
First?
So that's butt first.
Butt first.
Okay, so there was a TikTok I saw, and this guy was like,
"No, maybe head first. I'm 6'3".
What? Think about it. You get in your car, visualize. You open the door.
It's like one leg. And
So leg is
dude, I have no clue how I get in my car.
okay. Well, apparently guys get in butt first and girls get in head first. And he does it. He's just like, get in the car, and then she gets in the car, and he puts his leg in first, and then his head is the last thing to slide in. And girls, when they get in the car, their head is always the first thing to pop in.
Do you think that's because they're like girls are just more concerned about like their hair and stuff? They want to like just make sure that there's not too much like.
I think it might just be biological, in the same way people like. How do you take your shirt on and off?
I like to cross and take it over.
Oh, so you do it the girl way.
What?
You do it the girl way. Girls cross to take
no, I actually think like okay, imagine like if there's like the cute dude in the movie who's taking off his shirt. He's doing it cross.
Oh, so you pretend there's a camera and
I like to pretend I'm like an Abercrombie and Fitch model, and I'm just taking off. If you look at just like a cologne ad or something,
no, I know.
The guys are always like crossing it over because then you show like your traps and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not practical.
What are you doing? Like you're?
Yeah, I left it through the
I don't
collar.
want to stretch that stretches out your collar, dude. I think I definitely used to take my shirts off
like the regular, it's
the
like
way
from
you're
the bottom.
talking. But then I saw in a movie a dude taking off his shirt. I'm like, he seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I've tried to take my shirt off the crossway, and I physically can't do it. Like, I don't know how to do it. I've tried so many times.
I think he probably might pull something.
I've been working out. I've been playing tennis every weekend, at least once a weekend, and I wear the Apple Watch. I get my heart rate up.
You're good at tennis. Like
Yeah.
Whitney has been. Have you taken lessons?
I haven't taken a lesson. No.
Tennis is one of those sports that like you need the lessons to really perfect it.
That's what I've been told. That's how you get like bad habits. If you don't take a lesson early on, then you start to just develop bad habits. So I think I'm at a point where I need to take a lesson, but I'm pretty good.
But Patricia's really good at tennis. Her dad is like wins the entire country club all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Have you taken a lesson?
No, I haven't. I just you know what? I think it's very expensive to play tennis out here because it's real estate.
Well,
like there's not that many courts around here.
The private courts are definitely expensive. I think Jason belongs to like a really nice one, but in like Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, every weekend it's like $12 for an hour,
and the courts are open.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I'm out here, tennis courts are filled up.
They look filled, but there's usually one or two that are empty. And when you can go online and just like pre-book it the night before, the day before, it's $12 for an hour. And sometimes you can like get a second hour for free if someone didn't book it after you. Oh. And we're like meeting people that are playing next to us. Like it's a good like community thing to do on a Saturday morning.
You got a nice racket?
No, I
just a Walmart,
I'm
Amazon.
using one of Whitney's pink rackets.
Oh.
One day that might be like what I treat myself for my birthday this year is get myself a nice tennis racket.
Is there a difference between female rackets and male rackets?
I think no, just the color, but it's a pink racket that like
okay.
You know, it's okay. I think it's just like a beginner
But
racket.
Are women's clubs different than men's clubs, like golf clubs?
I think it just might be based on size. So like maybe like a smaller male player and a bigger female player, you know.
I want to get a good pair of golf clubs because right now we live so close to the driving range.
Do you play golf?
Yeah, I can play. We've never talked about this?
No.
I did golf camps all growing up. For like a good 3 summers from sun up to sundown.
Golf camp.
What
is that? You do color wars? You doing
no?
Duck, Go?
It's you drop your kids off at the country club, and we just have this golf pro with us who's teaching us all.
Oh, so it's not even like regular summer camp. It's just you're playing golf all day.
Playing golf all day.
You're
learning
not
all the basics.
doing like swimming and color wars and arts and crafts.
No,
and
this isn't like a Jewish summer camp. This is just golf camp. And so I have good muscle memory, like a pretty decent swing. I can hang. I'm not amazing. I just need to play more often.
And Heath and Todd and all those guys play quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you
yes.
You
They're
have to wake up
good.
so early to play golf, right? It's like tee times at 6:15.
Oh sure. Yeah.
You have no problem waking up early.
Sometimes if we got a golf game, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, you don't. You're good. You're good at that. You're good at jet lag too.
Yeah, I just like the scene of golf. I like putting on a like if it's a sport where I can wear a collared shirt, I'm in. That's my vibe. I'm not putting on a tank and hitting the courts and playing some basketball with people.
No, yeah, you're not a basketball guy, but I feel like you could be good at tennis.
I think I could. I have like I think that golden retriever tennis ball energy where it's just like if it's coming, I want to go for it.
You don't have the discipline to like get back to center, go where the ball.
I know kind of the rules of tennis.
Okay.
But playing it, I'm just gonna even if it's in like the foul line, I want to hit it.
Go for it.
I don't want to be like, it's out.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it going. I like pickleball.
Oh yeah, that's very popular now too.
It's all the rage. Where did that come from?
I don't know, and it's a lot of like old people playing it too. I always see like retirement community people
My parents are playing pickleball
because
now.
it's not as like you don't have to run around as much. It's a little less intense.
It's like the new racquetball. Do you remember when racquetball was like all the rage in the 90s? Like if you're watching like an old like rom-com,
Yep.
there's always a freaking racquetball scene.
And along came Polly, the boss is playing racquetball.
That's squash.
Oh,
And
what's the
along
difference?
came Polly, they're playing squash. That's so funny. I remembered that.
What is the difference between squash and racquetball?
Squash, the ball doesn't bounce. I think it's like a smaller black ball, and you have to hit it harder for it to like move around.
You're in like a box, like a square box.
Racquetball's the blue one. That's really bouncy.
Do you play it in the same venue?
Yeah, you can play it in the same venue. I think there may be like the lines and stuff you play on a different kind of like line thing.
Okay.
Squash is more intense than racquetball.
Do you know how to play either of those games?
No, it's like wall ball. I fucking love me some wall ball.
We'll be right back after a quick word from today's sponsor, Bud Light Next.
Zero Carb Beer is here. We're so excited to be one of the first podcasts to partner with the brand new Bud Light Next, their first zero carb beer.
Bud Light Next. You heard that right. Zero carb beer.
It's a super crisp, light beer with only 80 calories and 4% ABV.
And Matt, as we've said before, and we'll say it again, Bud Light Next tastes amazing.
Oh, it's super crisp, it's super refreshing, and it's a great beer to bring around and hang out with your friends, whether you're going to the park, making TikToks together, recording a podcast. It's becoming our new favorite beer.
And I found also that people who don't traditionally like beer also are really liking Bud Light Next. They say it still tastes like a good beer, but for people who aren't maybe so into beer, it's a great, great taste for anyone to try.
But I have to warn you, be careful when you introduce your friends to Bud Light Next because they're going to want to have all of it. So store it carefully, introduce it carefully, and drink responsibly. But it's always a hit at every gathering I go to with it.
Yeah, it's truly one of those beers where when you see it at a party, you see it at a friend's house, you want to make sure you get your hands on it because it's going to go fast. Bud Light Next is truly an incredible tasting, light, refreshing, crisp, zero carb beer. There's nothing like it.
Hey, you know what? If you don't believe us, go try Bud Light Next for yourself. It is in stores now.
And to find a retailer who will deliver Bud Light Next right to your door, head to budlight.com/next.
Again, that is budlight.com/next.
Enjoy responsibly. Must be 21 or older. And now, back to the episode. Changing topics quickly. Is there a good phrase to say when you're in a bathroom stall and someone knocks at the door? What can you say that's not awkward or terrible to let someone know?
I go, sorry, like occupied. That's it.
Doesn't it feel weird, though? It doesn't feel like the right thing to say.
Oh, sorry. That's what I usually do.
Why are you apologizing? They're the one trying to come in.
One, I've never knocked on a stall.
No. When you're in the stall and someone, if you're in the stall and
Who's
someone's
knocking on stalls? Just put your fingertips up to it, and if there's tension,
if someone knocks,
it's locked. If someone knocks,
yeah, or if someone knocks on a bathroom, a single-use bathroom, and they knock at the door, what do you say?
you can't say hello. You can't. Hello. Now you're greeting. Now it's opening like a conversation.
What's the right thing to say?
Well, you definitely can't go, who is it?
I usually say, I'll be
go-
right out. That's usually what I say. I'll be right out.
Okay.
And that way you let them know. But I feel like occupied, like that's a word you will never say in any other context. It just feels strange coming out the
I
tongue.
think I go, oop. Oop. Oh, sorry. Oh, because like, I don't know. Because they're probably like, oops, someone is in there. Who is knocking on a stall?
Or just like a single, like if you're at a bathroom at a restaurant and you're the only, it's like a single person and someone's knocking on the door and you're in the bathroom at the restaurant. What do you say?
Oh, that's what I would do. Oop.
But then do you feel like the pressure of like, oh, I better get out of here. There's someone waiting. Or do you still just like...
I don't know. I usually it depends on how busy it is. Lately, like we're at Bar List or whenever there's a huge line of guys going into a bathroom and you can tell like they're because for girls they're just used to it. The line's always there for girls, but when a line starts building up with guys start getting pissed.
Yeah, they're stressed.
They're always assuming people are going in doing cocaine and like everything in the stalls but like what I do is I like to rile up the guys in the line being like, let's think of each other right now. When we go in and do our business, remember where we were, men. We happy few, we band of brothers. And then they always, usually, everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's all go in and get it done really fast.
You're riling up the troops like you're going to storm the beaches. And
Let's think of each other. Let's not think of ourselves when we're in there. We're going to go in, get it done.
And people buy into it.
Yeah. And I noticed that there is a
camaraderie,
and an increase in pace.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like executing a plan. Hey guys, let's not dilly dally here. We're all in this together. Don't just get up there and then take your sweet time in there. I made it.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes people do that. They get into the bathroom and then they just forget that they were waiting in line.
Yes.
And they're just like, I'm going to take my sweet time in here now.
People live in the bathrooms, man.
Did you see Harry Styles' new video?
Yes, I did.
What's your take on this guy?
Well, one, I was it's funny about the video. One, he was on this spinning thing, which
I saw
is
Patricia
inspired.
posted about it like 9 seconds after it went live too.
No, I know they were counting it down to the minutes when that video dropped. They're on that spinning platform, and that's obviously like inspired by Johann Bourgeois. He's that French choreographer, which one of my favorite like ballets he ever did.
The coolest thing.
To My Way, and I've always wanted to do that for a music video, and Adam and I had even talked about it.
Yeah.
But I think though the reason why no one else has done that is because that choreographer, I think, has some creative license on that type of ballet performance.
Right.
So that was really cool seeing it, and then it was funny. When I was watching it with Patricia and Tristan, my girlfriend and her roommate, who have a podcast now called Grits to Glam, go listen to it. I was trying to like figure out the meaning and the metaphor of it, and I'm like, oh, this is like red pill, blue pill, like between the duality of choice. And they're like, oh, I don't really see that. And then sure enough, Harry Styles says some line about like which pill to take, and then I go, see, that's that. And they're like, oh, yeah, maybe you are right. And then the next morning, Mallory, Jack's girlfriend, like messaged them some breakdown of the video, and it was exactly what I was talking about.
There you go.
So pretty proud of my analysis of it, but I love the song.
Do you have any like weird feelings about your girlfriend being obsessed with Harry Styles?
No, not anymore. No.
Did
no,
you
I
used to?
encourage it. No. What do you mean? Like, I trust Patricia. I think every, girl, boy, anybody can have
celebrity crush,
a fangirl crush.
Yeah, I think it's healthy.
What, you think I'm threatened by it?
Maybe. I'm just curious if you were just like, you're watching her watch this video and you're just sitting there crossing your arms like,
I'm not threatened by Harry Styles. I mean, if he really fell in love with Patricia, I just hope he sees her the same way I see her.
That's very romantic.
I think so.
That's the right way to think
but
about it.
But the song is really good. The beat of it sounds like that one song, like "Take on Me," where it's the do 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 do.
Yeah. There's like an 80s revival thing happening too. Like The Weeknd's whole album was very like.
Oh, dude! Did you hear he's now performing at Coachella?
Oh, he's replacing.
It's Swedish House Mafia and The Weeknd doing
replacing
a collaborative
Kanye?
set replacing Kanye.
Okay.
Didn't see that one coming, but The Weeknd's last album, Dawn FM, I loved.
Oh yeah, he just doesn't miss that.
And then
guy.
Jim Carrey interludes throughout it too. It's supposed to be like a radio station that's set in purgatory.
If you moved to an English-speaking country that had an accent like Australia or the UK or Ireland, would you pick up the accent and start talking like them to blend in?
Definitely.
Like, you would?
Everyone always got onto Bella Hadid when she gets interviewed after one of her runway shows, and she's like,
she was living in London.
Simone is to die for, no? The fashion is just the best. And everyone's like, why is she switching it up? Like, yes, it's a little cringe of a moment.
Yeah.
She's hanging out with French people and French models and French designers all day.
Okay.
Of course, you're going to pick up a little of it. I don't think she was mocking them. Yeah, totally.
Like Madonna in the 90s, I think, lived in London for a couple years and then started talking with a British accent. She married a British guy.
Lindsay Lohan, very similar thing when she was living down in like Greece and stuff. She got some weird accent.
But if you moved to Australia and I came to visit you after like a year, you'd be like, hey, g'day, mate, how you doing? Like you would...
I wouldn't be... I think with you and me met up in Australia and I've been living there, I'd turn it back to you, but you would catch me talking to the Australians similar to them.
So you wouldn't try and like maintain your Texas American accent if you lived in...
I'm a very like chameleon type blend where I can pick up habits. I do. One of my biggest pet peeves is say you have like a British friend and you bring them around Americans, and then Americans just start like
cliche British questions.
And it's not that you're intentionally mocking it, but you're mirroring them, or you're just kind of accessorizing like, oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. It's like, okay, easy. Don't.
Like, is this your first British person you've ever met? And like, calm down,
Yes.
how do you say toast Why do you guys say? Oh, isn't that so weird? You guys say toast like that?
You're just like, yes, accessorizing like the culture in the moment. Or yeah, I always like cringe about those TikToks too, where like this is the foreign exchange student who's living in my house, and like they react to like what do you call this? And they're saying it like, oh, that's so weird. Obviously, they say it weird or differently. They live in a different country.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You know, we're all the same.
Yeah,
but like. When they're like, oh, that's so weird.
It's just really baseline.
It's not really weird.
Really,
it's just interesting.
And it's not that funny either. It's just like, it's really low hanging fruit comedy. They call it a lift. Oh my God, guys, that's so crazy. Like, really?
Like, oh, you guys call them thongs? Like flip-flops in Australia, thongs?
What are these, trousers?
Yeah.
Guys, they call underpants trousers.
In Australia, they call it bathers. Like bathing suits, bathers. Sunglasses, sunnies.
Yeah, I like that though. Like, where are my sunnies? I would say that with an American accent.
What do they call silverware or like cutlery?
I think we say that here too. Cutlery.
That's like the fancy name, sure, of it, but it's like cutlery.
I like picking up other ones. Like, I like when if I hear an American guy, like someone from Brooklyn, be like, hey, where are my sunnies at? Like, it's an Australian thing, but if a Brooklyn guy says, where are my sunnies? It you know, kind of works.
I've said this before though, but like my cousins lived in Australia for like over 15 something years.
Uh-huh.
Some of them still have like their accents, even though they've now been living in America. But like I knew them with English accents. They moved to Australia. They picked it up after a long time.
Wow.
Even my aunt, she will still have these like Australian
like
isms when she talks.
I always wonder if I would be able to like retain my New Jersey accent if I was just living in Australia. Like I feel like
you think you have like a Jersey accent?
Not really, not like the stereotypical Jersey Shore accent, but I've been told that I sound like I'm from New Jersey many times.
What like do like a New Jersey accent? Oh yeah, you are good at this.
Like what like the Jersey Shore ones? Like some people will say I say.
When you do that one character, like it's a type of person who I'm like I've never been around.
Hey Matt, what's going on? How you doing today? You want to go to the beach? It's fucking beautiful out today. But yeah, no, that's not really New Jersey. That's Staten Island. But if, for example, I say Mario, would you say Mario?
Mario.
I say orange instead of orange. Like the color is orange.
Oh, I never even like.
I say Florida, not Florida.
Oh.
You say what? You say Florida?
Florida.
No, Florida.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think I'm just so used to
the way I speak that
I don't even like really question it that
Sometimes
much.
people pick it up. Yeah, like if I say orange, people are like, "You mean orange?" Okay. But you hear when I say Mario.
Oh, all the time. That one that's like a dad calling like Pokemon Pokemon. You know, like every day, hey, you got those Pokemon cards?
Why could parents never say the thing that you were into properly?
My dad has this weird thing where he says my friends' names wrong.
Oh, everything.
But it's always like a friend who like has kind of like a culturally different name. But I'm like, it does like you don't. He's like adding some like weird zest to it. Like I have a friend named Satya, and he's like, I don't know. He'll say, I wish I had a good example of like how my dad would, but I'm like, that's not his name.
Yeah,
like,
no, they just.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, like where's I don't know. I had a friend. His last name was Eckhoff. My mom would always call him Echo. Like it's not the name.
Yeah,
like, just say it right. His name's Adam Eckhoff. Is Adam Echo coming over? I never said that.
But you know what? I think I'm going to be the same way when
you're
I'm
going to just
parent.
mispronounce.
It's kind of.
But how do you mess up Pokemon? Why is it like why did every parent call it Pokemon?
I think because it just made sense. They've never heard of anything called Pokemon, and they weren't really looking that hard at the cards.
Yeah, I guess.
Because every little action, every little superhero or fictional thing was always like something man, Spider-Man, Superman.
Right.
They think it's like, oh, it's a Pokemon.
Oh, and they thought we were doing like a Jamaican accent, like, oh, it's Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon.
I think I would retain it though if I moved to Australia. I would like definitely try not to speak like them.
I feel like though I'm gonna get so into like whatever my kids are into.
You don't think you'll want to retain your old like Vampire Weekend, guys? It's really cool. You gotta listen
I
to
will
this.
definitely be like, let's watch Arthur.
Oh yeah,
like getting them into like old cartoon
shows. But you
shows.
think that they'll be interested in that? They're gonna be like, well, we want to watch Fleeple
They're just gonna be putting on like a VR headset, and be like, see you later, Dad. Like
that's like you think that your kids are gonna be the same into the same things that you were into when you were a kid, but like. Were you watching, whatever your mom was watching when she was a kid? What did your dad like when he was growing up? Probably like All in the Family or those old sitcoms that you just
didn't
didn't
know. My dad, I don't know. My mom always watched Days of Our Lives. That was like
my
her...
mom too.
Really?
Every episode, every day, she would tape it, fast forward through the commercials.
Yes, my mom would also fast forward through other people's like characters.
Oh,
like she
yeah.
hated them,
The
and she would just
storyline.
she would just fast forward. I'm like, wait, aren't you gonna miss that? She's like, I don't really care about them. She's only focusing on other ones. Days of Our Lives was like lost, dude.
Yeah.
Like there was episode like people came back to life on that show.
Oh, I know. And they put an episode out every single day.
Like sand in the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Still going on.
Yeah, and they do an episode every single day.
That's insane.
It's insane. There's a lot of actors that came out of that show. And there was another one, too. Days of Our Lives, and there was one other soap opera.
General Hospital.
Oh, that was a big one.
And, The Young and the Restless.
Maybe. I don't know. The Days of Our Lives. Well, that's a...
Did your mom subscribe to Soap Opera Digest? Remember like these little magazines that was Soap Opera Digest, and it was like telling like all the gossip and stuff and like theories about the show?
I don't think my mom had that, but I do remember like you would read. I mean, there was no internet forums and stuff, so you when you're in line at the grocery store, it'll be like the shocking finale of Days of Our Lives, and like if you have no one else to talk about it with, you'll pick up the People magazine that's talking about it, and yeah, I remember a lot of like reading about. God, that was a different time. But here's actually an interesting thing is like my mom grew up in the 60s, 70s, and she would watch like the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Tom and Jerry, all those cartoons. And when I was growing up, I still watched those cartoons. So I think maybe there is a chance that like the generation of our kids will also be into like Arthur and Rugrats and Hey Arnold. And like I still watch Hey Arnold today. Like I put it on Saturday morning. It makes me feel great. Like I hope that kids are into that stuff.
I just hope like my kids like, Dad, can we watch Mad Men?
Or if he comes in and he's like, hey, Dad, have you ever heard of this show Mad Men? It's really cool. You'll be like, son, let me call Mike, do your Don Draper impression. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm sick of them coming out with a new iPhone every year.
Is the new iPhone? Do you have the newest one?
I have the newest one. Yeah, the 13
Did you
Pro.
Did you notice a difference?
There is actually. This is one of the biggest jumps in recent history, only because the screen, the refresh rate, meaning how many times it refreshes, is twice of every other iPhone.
So it's just really quicker getting around. It just
looks a lot like crisper when you're like scrolling around. I don't know if you can actually.
Oh, I see it.
It's on. Here, let me. If you do screen recording, actually,
I need a new one though because the top left, like the touch, sometimes doesn't
just like
work.
Scroll around and like open up like Instagram. Doesn't it feel like it's a little faster?
Yeah, it just appears.
It looks like it's in almost like it's like 3D or
it's almost like there's like they took a frame rate out of it.
Yes,
like it's just appearing there
really
way
fast.
faster.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing that I've noticed.
It almost makes it feel like I'm on like drugs.
Yeah,
like looking at it, like
yeah, it's a little weird. It's like when you're. It's like seeing the iPhone for the first time in some respects. But okay, last question. I was thinking about this the other day. If you had the opportunity to like join a band and like play Coachella, what band would you want to be on stage with? Or like artist, would you want to like be a backup with?
But do I have the magical ability where I know how to play all the instruments?
Yeah. Like you can like you just like can take a magic pill and you get to join the band and like be the member.
For my own pleasure,
yeah,
Vampire Weekend.
You would want to be on stage with them.
For my own ego, the 1975.
What? Tell
because
me, break this down.
My friends are gonna really. I know if I'm playing the same time as like the 1975 and Vampire Weekend are playing at the same time, friends are going to be at 1975 and they won't come see me.
Okay.
I want to be seen in the 1975. But Vampire Weekend would be my favorite.
Huh. I thought you were going to say Brockhampton.
Oh, man. Brockhampton, sure.
Because then you get to like be on the mic.
And jump and like dance around. Damn. Maybe. But I don't know. I listen to Vampire Weekend more. I'm going to cry, though, that Brockhampton, their last show ever, will be at Coachella.
This year?
They're
breaking up.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got to see their last show. That'll be good.
I know. Man. I'm so nervous about Coachella. Well, I think I'm not nervous. I've done it many times, but I'm with a group that hasn't
been to Coachella. Yeah, you're going to be like the veteran.
I know. Like they're all talking about like, oh, maybe we should take scooters or bikes and stuff. And I'm like, you can't like take a bike into Coachella. It's not like that. Just like they're either thinking it's like Burning Man or it's just like some activation. I'm like, this is it's
Even when we went that last time there was Coachella, we got the best possible accommodations, and it was still a schlep.
Yeah.
Like we had full buses taking us back and forth, but you still have to walk a lot. You still have to like pay for food. It's intense.
a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna make my own like survival guide thing, writing down all my tips for like our group, just
Like
to
make
let
an
everyone know.
an email blast before. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, here's the deal. Are you excited to see anyone in particular?
Brockhampton.
Okay.
And
Is Billy and
I
Phineas
think,
playing?
but like what I always say about Coachella, like I just want to stick with the group and do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't like stress out about like seeing a lot of other people.
Are
but-
Billy and Phineas playing?
Yeah,
this year
they're
too?
headlining.
Oh wow, sick. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they're
great.
headlining, I think on Saturday.
Is anyone else we know playing this year?
Harry Styles. Oh, people that we know.
Yeah.
Maybe Olivia O'Brien's doing a set. I know there's an emo night set, so TJ is gonna be a part of that.
Cool. Adam is playing Bonnaroo this year.
Oh, I know. I think there's something I'm doing that weekend and I can't go.
It's a pretty. I think it's like June something. June's always a tough month.
What
But,
time, do you know what time of the day he's performing?
I think like an evening set, like a 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Oh, well, if you guys are going to Bonnaroo, be
Yeah.
sure to check out Adam Melcher. He's
Yeah.
he's the man behind our intro song.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, you had a good time.
Yeah.
It's easy, right?
Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. Feel free to check out all of our other episodes that we've done lately. They're really, really fun, really, really great. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. You can book me on Cameo as well. I love doing birthday shout outs, graduation shout outs, any type of celebration. Feel free to book me on there. And I hope that you guys have a really, really great week.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.